It's starting to melt! Hello, welcome back to my channel. Since I'm uploading this on the first week of December, I thought it'd be a lot of fun to try and make hot chocolate bombs for the very first time. The holidays are coming up and you want to be cozy and everything, and so I'm wearing my ugly Christmas sweater. I really love watching Rosanna Pansino on YouTube, and so I will be using her recipe today. That recipe will also be in the description of this video down below. Without further ado, let's get started. Rosanna's recipe says to use 2.5 cups of dark chocolate melting wafers. She also uses a candy melt pot, which I don't have. I'm here to tell you that in my experience, chocolate chips have also worked fine, and instead of using a candy melt pot, I'm gonna do a bain-marie. If you don't know what a bain-marie is, it's when you take a pot of boiling water over the stovetop and then you lower the heat so that the water's simmering, and while it's simmering, you place a heat-safe bowl on top of the pot and you stir your chocolate until it's melted and the consistency that you want. For today's video, since I've been having some issues with my single burner, I'm just gonna do it over there on the stovetop, and then we'll come back here to do the rest. I am at my stovetop and I just got my water to boil, so I'm gonna turn the heat down lower so that it's just simmering. I'm gonna put my metal heat-safe bowl on top and put all my chocolate chips. So this is, again, 2.5 cups, and I am just going to very patiently wait here and stir as the chocolate is melting so that it doesn't seize. My chocolate is all beautiful and silky and melted, and so now I'm ready to pour it into my chocolate molds, which I got off of Amazon. And the link to that will also be in the description of this video. These are different from the ones that Rosanna uses. This one had a lot of reviews, and I like being able to just kind of pop it out after, so I'm gonna do that. We are taking about half a tablespoon and putting it into each mold. I love this little hook! So now I'm going to take this paintbrush and just paint it all around until it's completely covering the inside of the mold. And I'm going to do that for basically as many of these as I can fill. I just finished painting, I guess, 12 molds, and I have a lot of chocolate left over, which is great because I'm going to pop this in the fridge for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to take it out, paint another layer of chocolate, and then put it back in the fridge. So this is perfect. Into the fridge these go.
Moments later.
I just took the molds out of the fridge. It's been 5 to 6 minutes and it's dried really beautifully. You can tell because it's more dull looking, and it's great because I can see the little areas where I didn't get chocolate the first time. So I'm gonna go back in and just paint over one more time with not as much chocolate. Just get all those spots that I missed the first time, and then it's gonna go back in the fridge like I said earlier.
More moments later.
I just took my molds out of the fridge for the second time, and you can leave them in the fridge for 5 to 10 minutes, but you know that they're ready when you kind of peel back and it's still solid, it's not sticking to the mold. And I am wearing gloves because I don't want the chocolate to melt. So right now I'm gonna very gently peel back. Oh no, okay. Cat tries to bake. When I was peeling this one back, actually, I noticed that it was really thin at the bottom, so that I can maybe just fix later or eat. Take 2. Oh no, it did the same thing. Okay, note to self, but also note to you, viewer. Try and make it a little thicker at the bottom. Woo! Take 3! Please, Lord. Okay, now this one's cracking on the side, so we're doing great. Oh, ooh. Ooh. If I do one more and there's a hole in it, I am gonna do another short pass. So I'm gonna do it again. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this back. Luckily, I have tons of melted chocolate left still, so I'm just gonna put some more chocolate on the holes, and this time I'm gonna put it in the freezer, and we'll see what happens.
A little later.
We are trying this again! So these just came out of the freezer this time. I'm so scared now. I had so much confidence the first time, and now I'm terrified. Oh, okay. Not super pretty, but it doesn't have to be. I don't care that much today. This is the one that I tried before, so it's looking a little rough and ready, as they say on Bake Off. Okay! Look at that! On to the next one. So I just took all of the chocolate out. There are some that don't look as pretty, and this one like has a hole in it. This side is kind of cracked. For the sake of this video, I'm just gonna do maybe a couple and see how they work in hot milk. Hot milky, as this meme that I'm gonna insert right here says. I'm just gonna take a few of these that look nicer, that came out a little more like better formed. I have no better words for that at the moment. And we are gonna just keep pushing through. So our next step is gonna be filling these. So we're gonna put a tablespoon of hot cocoa mix and about a quarter cup of mini marshmallows in each of these half spheres. It's starting to melt! I have hot lights here, so I'm gonna work fast. I'm gonna take this, 1 tablespoon going in. I don't really know what a quarter cup of mini marshmallows is. In this little bowl right here, I have 3/4 cup of mini marshmallows, so I guess a third of what I have in the bowl. But I'm just gonna sprinkle a few in. And then I'm gonna put this right back in the freezer because it's making me very nervous. It's melting. It's melting! Okay, this will go with that one. It's melting. This one's so melted. I can do this. I'm competent. Stop! And then, okay. Into the freezer this goes. Bye!
A few moments later.
Okay, so I have my 6 half spheres that I'm gonna turn into 3 balls. They were in the fridge for several minutes, so I'm really hoping they won't melt now, even though the heat is on and I have very hot lights. So the recipe says, and a bunch of other YouTube videos I've watched, they do this too, to use a saucepan and heat it on low so that it's hot, and then basically take 1/2 and melt it a little bit on the saucepan, like just enough so that it glues together. But I wanted to try just like a warm plate because everything started kind of melting quickly just before anyway. So I'm hoping this will work. Oh yeah, see, it's already melting. And I'm just gonna, boop. The good thing is if there are some openings, all I need to do is pipe some of that melted chocolate around and seal it up, and then we'll be good to go. And then, as they say in England, Bob's your uncle. All right, that's not too bad. It is a ball, it's holding together, it's standing up, and on to the next one. And I just threw this plate in the microwave for 30 seconds. Oh, bellissima. Now this is going swimmingly. It's happening! There's like a big opening in it. I'm just gonna pipe some chocolate. Alright, so I just melted a little bit more of that extra chocolate that I had, and I have a small piping tip, and I'm just, whoa! Okay, I'm just gonna, stop. I'm gonna go back in, and I'm gonna fill in the openings, and then I'm gonna put it back in the fridge so that it can cool. So I'm almost done here, and it's not looking pretty. Once I finish piping this one, I'm just gonna go back and maybe with a dough scraper or something, like just kind of smooth it out a little because it's not cute. That is a little better, but it's melting already, so I have to move fast. Oh, and I just wanted to say also, I took my gloves off because even though it is melting a little bit with just my fingers right now, at least when it's my fingers, I can tell more easily when it's starting to melt. Maybe when I do this next time without these lights, I can use the gloves and it won't melt that much. Yeah, this isn't that pretty, but I kind of just want to get to the part where I put this in hot milk and it explodes. Alright, so I'm gonna pop this back into the fridge for like 2 minutes, or the freezer works too. And in the meantime, I am going to melt white chocolate, just like I did with the chocolate chips to make these. And when we come back, I'm just gonna pipe a really quick zigzag design, and then I'm gonna throw it in some hot milk. Okay, so I just melted my white chocolate. By the way, I forgot to say, these were Ghirardelli white chocolate melting wafers. I had actually already melted them for a party favor that I made for my birthday party a few weeks ago, and I just had this leftover white chocolate in a huge block that I felt like I could use one day, and it's just been sitting room temperature, and I was able to successfully melt it again, so if you have leftover melted chocolate, you can reuse it. So what I'm gonna do for this is I'm actually gonna scoop it into this snack size Ziploc bag, and I'm not gonna need a lot because it's just a drizzle that's going on top. And I'm gonna zip it up and then cut a little corner, and I'm just gonna squeeze it onto my hot chocolate bombs. Here they are, and this is the last step, but I wanted to say if you wanted to make like a peppermint version, you could add crushed up candy canes and put it inside, and then after you drizzle white chocolate, also sprinkle some on top. There are really a lot of different variations. The world is your oyster. Cutting off a small little corner, and I'm just gonna squeeze over it. Yeah, they're still not gorgeous, but not bad for a first try. And here we go. Ooh, that's hot. And that's not super pretty, but let's hope the second one will be. Second bowl. That's fine. Alright, back in the fridge it goes while I warm up my milk.
Later.
So luckily I have a big enough mug that tells me to live, laugh, and love. The hot chocolate bomb is gonna fit perfectly in this, and I have 3 cups of milk here, which is what the recipe says, but I'm just gonna pour enough to kind of fill this. That was almost 2 cups of milk. I'm gonna put this in the microwave for 30 seconds, a minute, until it's hot, and then I'll throw the hot chocolate bomb in. I heated my milk for about a minute and it's hot. So unfortunately this one melted, but I'm just gonna put one of these nicer ones in and we'll watch it hopefully explode. So here we go. Yes. Oh, there's a marshmallow. Okay, I'm gonna grab a spoon actually. Oh, okay. Not as spectacular as I've seen it happen, but okay. It kind of broke open a little bit. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It kind of did what it was supposed to do. I'm gonna try it again. Round 2. This is about 1 cup in my favorite mug that I use for everything. And we're just gonna try this again. Hello?
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh!
That was more dramatic.
That is Hyunsu's voice, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Yay! So I wonder if the ratio of milk to chocolate ball has to do with it. But it looks very milky, as in not super sweet, which is kind of nice. I just spilled some. Yum. I want to get better at this and be able to sell like boxes of these for the holidays. I think that'd be fun. I like the little marshmallows. I'm just gonna... good soup. Okay, well, that is about it, I guess, for this episode of Cat Tries to Bake. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I'll see you next time. Bye!